Which country is the largest potato producer?
Oh, I know.
Timothy?
United States.
Unfortunately not.
In Mrs. Toon's second grade class at Grace Elementary, kids are getting schooled on potatoes.
Well, the reason we were talking about potatoes is because today was the last day before we get out for 2 weeks for potato harvest.
Okay.
Hey, what you get to do is Mr. Potato Head.
April Toon, Woman of the Year in District 1, loves the classroom.
My main job is school teacher. I teach second grade at Grace Elementary. I have 14 students this year.
April's Farm Bureau life is an extension of her passion for educating. Serving over 20 years as the county women's chair in Caribou County, she's touched a lot of people promoting agriculture.
My kids, when they were little, they've actually rode on more floats than they ever wanted to. In fact, I even had my husband ride on one. I've done a lot with ag in the classroom. We have a story hour at the library, and I participated in that for about 20 years. We've done safety fairs over the years, scrapbooking, meetings, but lots of good pizza.
April is known countywide for one special volunteer service to Farm Bureau members.
The big dinners that we did a lot of big dinners for a while for all of the members.
April joined the Farm Bureau family years ago after husband Fred, a third-generation dairy farmer, became YF&R county chair. Their dedication and commitment goes way back to the first annual meeting they attended.
But I remember the first time we didn't know that the county would pay for the hotel rooms and that, so we tried to find the cheapest one we could that was close to it, and we had a brand new baby, and I remember warming his bottles on the radiators like they have here at the school. And so it was kind of disheartening to find that we could have stayed in the one that the convention was taking place and they had microwaves. We now live where I can look out my kitchen window and see the farm, and we're surrounded by the farm ground. We're a fourth generation. We're now transitioning into that fourth generation, and we run a dairy farm with 380 cows that they milk twice a day.
Farm life has tapered off in recent years as April dedicates more time to her love for kids and their pursuit of knowledge.
And so I've only been teaching for 4 years now because I love it. I love the kids, I love teaching, and I just think it's one of the greatest professions that anybody could ever be in.
April Toon, District 1, Woman of the Year.
From Teton County, just a few miles outside of Driggs, at the end of this long road, you'll find an accomplished PhD hauling hay or tending cows.
Hi, I'm Joanne K. I'm married to Terry K, and we live in Teton Valley. We've been members of Farm Bureau since 1970 when we were married, but Terry's family was even before then. We live on the homestead farm. This is definitely what you would call a family farm. We have 4 sons and 3 wonderful daughter-in-laws and 15 grandchildren at this point.
Joanne and husband Terry have been married almost 5 decades. Terry says they met back at BYU.
I asked her to dance and took her home, and her roommates were all girls from the valley. So that's how I met her. She drives tractor, so when we both drive tractor, we get done twice as fast. We can cover a lot of ground quicker.
The young couple dreamed of this dairy operation. With the kids and the ups and downs of the dairy market, Joanne went back to work, teaching to help keep the farm going. Along the way, she picked up a few more degrees. Now she's back farming.
And when the cows are finished milking, then my job is to feed the baby calves while Terry feeds the milk cows and then the older stock. And once the calves are fed, then I go in and clean the barn, take care of that, scoop out the manure, do all those kind of things. And with all of our rain, it's a little mucky right now.
How has she worked out as a farm wife?
Good. She has taught school for probably 30 years of that. I don't know, you'd have to ask her, but it's been a learning experience for her because she had no idea what farmers did. She was raised in the city. And
What do we have here?
These are my babies. Dairy cows calve all year long. Except we don't calve in the winter.
And we asked her, does anyone here call you doctor?
Only my closest friends even know.
This Woman of the Year stresses there's no shortcuts in life.
I don't think there's many family farms left in which they can make it if you don't have that extra income.
Joanne K, District 2 Woman of the Year. From the back roads of Cassia County, you'll find the thriving farm community of Declo. And at Declo Junior High, you'll find this District 3 Woman of the Year.
My name is Emmy Darrington. I am married to Fred Darrington. I grew up in Burley and Fred grew up in Declo. And we've lived in Declo. We'll be married 25 years in January. So nearly 25 years we've lived together in Declo. We have 6 kids. We have Jack at ISU and the other 5 passed away. We have mostly hay on our farm. And I teach 8th grade math at Declo Junior High.
Darrington is a passionate teacher, and education runs deep in her roots.
I was shocked at the number of kids at Declo Junior High, which we have about 280 kids, and I was shocked at the number of them that had no idea how much dependence and on agriculture our community had, and even how many of them had never been in a tractor, how many of them had never changed water, how many of them never had those ag experiences. And it bothered me, and I thought at the time I was teaching a social studies class, and I felt like that was part of their social studies, is they needed to know what our community was dependent upon. Okay, now eyeballs over here. If your mom or dad works on a farm, you're gonna go stand over there. Let's go. What do they do? Any truckers, any hauling of farm goods or hauling of cattle or anything like that, you're going to move. Okay. How much of our community is dependent upon agriculture? 98%.
Emmy Darrington has been in Farm Bureau for decades, thanks to husband Fred.
His farm wife. She started as a city girl, and she learned, she took an interest in it, especially when we got involved in Young Farmers and Ranchers. She really was able to find some people that were in the same part of life, position in life that she was, and she really related to them. And she was enthusiastic about it from the beginning, except for milking cows. She refused to do that.
For 25 years, the Darringtons have been active in Farm Bureau.
Well, we do know Farm Bureau well. We have really enjoyed our association with Farm Bureau. Fred and I served on the YF&R board when we were younger, and we've just always enjoyed it.
Emmy Darrington, District 3 Women of the Year.
The seeds of the world are grown in Canyon County. One farm produces enough alfalfa seed to supply tens of thousands of farms across the nation. This Woman of the Year is president and CEO of that farm.
I'm Suzanne Takasugi, and I am in charge of Takasugi Seed Farms, and I run the operation. Basically the CEO position.
And Takasugi Farms does much more than alfalfa seed.
This past year we ran 1,300 acres. And our biggest crop is alfalfa seed. We also do pea seed, bean seed, wheat, and onions. And as part of the onion operation, we are partners in Snake River Produce in Nissa, Oregon.
Suzanne took over the farm in 2011 after husband Pat lost a courageous battle with cancer.
Pat came back from the service and started the business in 1977. In the early 80s, he hired two, they're actually half brothers, and they are still with me. And so they are my two foremen. One of them runs the Wilder operation. The other one runs the Homedale operation. And of course we have things that cross over and they work together on a lot of stuff, but because of logistics, they are kind of two separate operations.
And she runs and oversees every aspect of the operation.
I'm responsible for all the finances for the farm. So, you know, if we have a bad year, it's going to be on me. And I still have to make that payroll, and I have to pay all the bills and everything. And so there is a lot of in the office work to be done and things to be tracked.
Pat and Suzanne joined Farm Bureau back in the 70s.
I was actually on the Canyon County Farm Bureau board for several years in the mid-90s. And one of the projects that I worked on was I started the spring egg baby program, where the first baby born in spring, you know, gets all these gifts, and it's really to highlight the agriculture and its importance in Canyon County.
Suzanne says she and fellow farmers need Farm Bureau.
The amount of influence that the Farm Bureau has in the state is phenomenal. I mean, the lobbying that's done, they're so well known that if they need something done, they can make a call and they can have an appointment at the State House within days. And that's critical with how important agriculture is to the county and to the state.
Suzanne Takasugi, District 4, Woman of the Year.